Thank you. And my job has become a little difficult because the previous speaker has said almost whatever has to be said. Also, probably ने एक वाक्य बोलिया सी कि सरदार त्रिलोचन सिंह बारे सानू कुछ दसणगे। मैं समझदा है कि इत्थे जिन्नी भी शख्सियतां हाज़र ने असी सारे सरदार त्रिलोचन सिंह नू चंगी तरह जानते हाँ कि वो चंगे प्रोग्रेसिव अगां वधू पंजाब दे बारे देश दे बारे सोचने वाले एक नेक इंसान ने। ऑनरेबल स्पीकर, ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर सरदार त्रिलोचन सिंह जी, the dignitaries on the desk, on the dais, ladies and gentlemen. I'll try and keep mixing with the national language Hindi, Punjabi and English because कदे कदे जे पंजाबी च ना बोलो तो फिर दूसरे पासों आवाज़ होंदी है पंजाबी च बोलो, पंजाबी च बोलो। कुछ दिन पहला सरदार त्रिलोचन सिंह ने एक किताब मैनू प्रेजेंट की थी। उदों मैं सोचा कि शायद इस तरह के मुकाम ते उन्होंने लाइफ स्टोरी हिस्टोरिक जर्नी नू पढ़ना पेगा। The previous speaker has already read it. Then I thought maybe I must share some experiences. It was said that I know him for a long time. Yes, I know him for a long time, but met him only in the previous government, had more interaction, more intense interaction with him only in the last 5 years of the previous government. उस तो पहला जान पहचान होंदी सी, मीटिंगां च मुलाकात होंदी सी, लेकिन इन्ना नेड़ियों एक दूजे नूं जानन दा मौका नहीं सी मिलदा। लेकिन जदों उन्होंने किताब दिती and I went through the book and I must commend that the author has done a good job bringing it out in a different fashion, structuring it in a different way. It's not a routine run-of-the-mill book, which some of the times my colleagues suggest that we should write a book, and I keep saying it कि कोई नहीं 10 सालां नूं ते ओ जिहड़ियां मिलदियां हुंदियां बाहर सड़कां ते दुकानां उत्थे ही पई हुंदी है। This is not that kind of a book. It tells you what you have done, what you have achieved, what you have actually practiced, not something which is a story, and a mythical story. काफ़ी शख्सियतां ने इस किताब दे विच सरदार त्रिलोचन सिंह बारे लिखा है। I have no right and I cannot even dare to say that that is wrong. In fact, much more can be said about him. But having gone through the book, I've tried to draw 3 or 4 lessons from his historic journey, and that seems to me, at least as a constant learner, I take it as learnings for me, if for nobody else. First of all, he joined as a public relation officer. And we know what it means as a public relation officer. He deals with the media, all the time media, and the way media has grown, proliferated, and the way it is dealt today, way it is controlled and regulated, we all know it. But if you read the journey of Sardar Tarlochan Singh, you will learn, and my friends from media who are present here, they would appreciate how do we deal with the media in a credible fashion, in a credible way. Not really airy-fairy ways of dealing with the media or regulating it or not regulating it, which is considered sometime undesirable. He dealt with the media in a credible way. His own colleagues, previous secretaries, public relations are here with whom he has worked. They will all appreciate. बड़े ही सुचज्जे, बड़े ही सहज भाव नाल मीडिया नाल पेश आना और हर जगह ते, हर मुकाम ते मीडिया नाल, मीडिया दे जिहड़ा राबता हुंदा है, चाहे मीडिया सरकार, मीडिया पॉलिटिशियन, मीडिया ब्यूरोक्रेसी, मीडिया and within the media houses, he achieved something unique and he has made a name for himself. So this is first lessons I thought which is worth mentioning. Second, of course, is a lesson which comes out with the writings and letter of commendations and references which are mentioned in the books and quoted in the books. It is not the prerogative of any single service, any singular person from a service that you can achieve and you can do particular thing or not so particular things. A person may have joined public relation department. He rose to become joint director in Markford. He became a head of the department, first head of the department of tourism department, a position normally held by IIS. He went to the chief minister's office and did probably more work than other officers in the chief minister's office. I've been in the chief minister's office for nine and a half years. Other officers, whatever they do. He went to the home minister's office, then went to President House, and from there, Minorities Commission, Human Rights Commission, Tourism Development Corporation. What is that? He's left out in the government. So he has proven that a person, if he has mind, he has brain, if he is true to his salt, he can work anywhere. It's not necessary that you should belong to foreign service, forest service, i.e. administrative service. That may not be essential. He has proved, and that's a great learning. हमेशा ये कह देना कि नहीं जी ये तो IAS का काम है जी, ये तो PCS का काम है जी, ये तो वो देखेंगे जी, वो देखेंगे. That kind of a compartmentalization, that kind of a secretarian approach probably is not correct. One who can think through, a thinker, a constant mover of things, probably can achieve anything, and that's what Tarlochan Singh is all about. One example of the many examples given in the book about his dismissal by the chief minister. He was recruited by Sardar Kairo, and he was dismissed from the service by Sardar Kairo. Maybe political differences. We've always had political differences. Sometimes we suggest politicians do not agree. And I can say that I've faced that situation many times, because I've spent 15 odd years with Mr. Badal and 10 odd years with Captain Saab in the last about 24 years. Difference of opinions are common. But a chief minister going to an extent dismissing a public relation officer was unusual. But anyhow, chief minister has a prerogative, he did. But what an ex-ICS chief secretary did, that was probably unusual. Mr. E.R. Mangat Rai, who was the ICS chief secretary at that time, defended his dismissal in the Council of Ministers. That time it used to be called Cabinet, these days we call it Council of Ministers. Cabinet de vich ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ dismissal ਨੂੰ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਦੁਆਰਾ ਚੇਅਰ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁੱਖ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਡਿਸਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਡਿਫੈਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਪਲਟਵਾਇਆ. That is also a message for the bureaucracy. Whether we like it or not, some of my colleagues are sitting here, that's also a learning. Where is that spine in the bureaucracy? If a decision is wrong, it is wrong. It is wrong for all intent and purposes. A decision is right, it is right for all intent and purposes. Can we say that today? If you say it, you're hanged, you're victimized, you're crucified. और कुछ नहीं. स्पीकर साहब बुरा नहीं मानेंगे तो विजिलेंस ला दो. बहुत चुप कर गए सी, मैं क्या थोड़ा जा मैं ये गल भी कह देना. Bureaucracy is, that steel frame is supposed to say what it is supposed to say. I am reminded of a rule in the bureaucracy in United Kingdom. This came up as a topic for discussion in one of the webinars we were doing with the Cambridge University. A new elected government of the country cannot have a look at the bureaucratic notes of the previous government. ਪਿਛਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੀ ਚੁਣੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹੈ, ਚਾਹੇ ਸੂਬਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਨੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਹੈ, ਚੁਣੀ ਹੋਈ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਪਰਮਾਨੈਂਟ ਬਿਊਰੋਕ੍ਰੇਸੀ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਜੋ ਫਾਈਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਨੋਟਿੰਗ ਚਾੜੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਿਛਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੇਲੇ ਉਹ ਦੇਖ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੁੱਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ. ਇਹ ਰਿਟਨ ਰੂਲ ਹੈ ਯੂਕੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. ਗੌਰਡਨ ਗਰੂਚ ਸੀਗੇ, ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾਊਂਟਰ ਪਾਰਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਕੈਂਬਰਿਜ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਲੰਡਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਾਰਟਿਸਿਪੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਸੈਮੀਨਾਰ ਦੇ. ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਲ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰਿਕੁਐਸਟ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਹ ਰੂਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਭੇਜ ਵੀ ਦਿਓ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਭੇਜ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਤਾ, ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ ਮੇਲ ਤੇ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕਿ this is because the bureaucracy cannot be faulted for something which has happened in the previous government, and government means the politician, elected government doesn't mean a bureaucratic government. Invariably, bureaucrats also make mistakes. One of the bureaucrats in one of the meetings said, I am a policy maker. I am not a policy maker. I may be a policy advisor. I may be drafting policy. I may be assisting in policy making. I am not a policy maker. Speaker Sahab, you are the policy maker. Minister Sahab, you are the policy maker. And that message comes out with the position taken by ex-Chief Secretary to defend Sardar Tarlochan Singh, bureaucracy must say what they have to say. They must quote the rule, whatever is rated. The elected government, the political executives have a right to change the rule, but they have no right to violate the rule. That is what was Mr. Mangat Rai told Sardar Kairo, and Sardar Kairo जिन्हों ने सरदार तरलोचन सिंह ਨੂੰ ਸਸਪੈਂਡ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਡਿਸਮਿਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ, ਆਪਣਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਵਾਪਸ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਕੈਬਨਿਟ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਡਿਸਮਿਸਲ ਨੂੰ ਬਹਾਲ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਲਿਆ. This was Punjab and this should be Punjab. This is, to me, it's a learning. I hope these things happen these days also. Not only this, the last point I would like to make, there is also a message in the book for the politicians. Sardar Tarlochan has handled politics from very close quarters. In the Chief Minister's office in Punjab, in Home Minister's office in Government of India, and then in office of the President at the apex level. He's handled the most tricky situation on which you have heard the speech. ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਸਿਚੁਏਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਂਡਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰਪਤੀ ਤੇ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਡਿਫਰੈਂਸਿਸ ਐਟਲੀਸਟ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸੁਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਸੀ. ਅਸੀਂ ਅਖਬਾਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਅਸੀਂ ਸੈਕਟਰੀਏਟ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਿਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਸੀਗਾ, ਦਿੱਲੀ ਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਸੈਕਟਰੀਏਟ 'ਚੋਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਚੱਲਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ. ਇਸ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਤੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕੁਛ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਸੱਚਾਈ ਸੀ, ਧੂੰਆਂ ਬਿਨਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਅੱਗ ਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ. ਲੇਕਿਨ ਉਸ ਅੱਗ ਨੂੰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰਸ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਪੋਰਟਿੰਗ ਸਟਾਫ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਸਪੋਰਟਿੰਗ ਬਿਊਰੋਕਰੈਟਸ ਹੈ, ਫੋਰਨ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਦੇ ਹੋਣ, ਮਿਸਟਰ ਕੇ.ਸੀ. ਸਿੰਘ ਇਜ਼ ਆਲਸੋ